In spite of it being a bad luck day, so there's some decent stuff on the beach, we need this clam for the community center. I don't think we need an anchovy, no, and we already donated a mussel, I believe, and it's silver quality, so that's good stuff. I'm going to donate the silver quality clam, even if, unless we pick up a regular quality one today, just so we don't have to think about it. My advice is to basically always just donate everything as soon as you get it. That way you don't forget and accidentally sell it when you're trying to clear out space in your chests. I know we separated it into 2 chests where one of them is stuff we need to donate to either the museum or the community center. I think I have gems and geodes in there too. What does this guy have to say for himself? Lovely fresh air. All right, and there's a lot of coral over here. Anchor, we have not found one of those for Gunther, so we can donate that to the museum. Do not actually throw out that anchovy. It's the worst is when you get something that you need and you toss it in the trash. There is no way to get an item out of the trash that I know about. If you do, please leave it in the comments because that would be great. I know you can get the last item you threw into your bin at the end of the night if you accidentally do that, but as far as your inventory trash goes as you're walking around with your backpack, once it's in there you are, SOL, so just be aware of what you're doing. One of my playthroughs, I just tossed out a piece of wool that Emily sent me that I desperately needed for a community center, and I was pissed off basically for the rest of the day in real life, which is maybe a sign of the fact that I play too much Stardew Valley.
You know I know nothing about video games, and I found what you just said riveting.
Alright, do some fishing until, I don't know, 3:30 or so. So we can drop that off to Willie or sell stuff there and then have time to walk over to the museum and donate that anchor. Closes at 5 o'clock. Herring. So one of the great things about fishing, even on bad luck days, a lot of the time you catch plenty of fish.
Na 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 fishing. Na 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 fishing.
Sometimes you're not going to be able to catch a really difficult fish that's beyond your skill, whereas on a really, really good luck day where the spirits are showering us with good humor, we may be able to do that. But if you're fishing and catching stuff that's within your range of your general fishing skill, even on a bad luck day, you should be able to grab what you need as long as you've progressed a little bit into the game and have your fishing bar beyond its sort of minimum capacity. And once you have your rod with the bait on it, you can also catch more fish even on a bad luck fishing day, as opposed to that basic bamboo pole where you really will stand there and not catch as much. But once you're to the point where you've upgraded your rod and have some decent fishing skill, even bad luck days are great days to fish.
Hi, how are you?
Fishing.
It certainly is a beautiful day. We should thank the leader.
As you can see, we've already caught 2 or 3 things. None of them are super valuable or rare, but we're able to catch them, leaving us plenty of time to walk over to Willie's little shack here.
Shaq, let's just say that a snake bit your mom right up here, right in the chest area. Would you be willing to suck the venom out to win the title?
No, but I will with your wife.
Sell our stuff that we do not need for the community center, which includes all of our coral, those 3 anchovies. We already put our sardine into the community center, so we don't need those. Don't need a herring. And we can sell this good quality mussel. I'm pretty sure that we already put the mussel into the crab pot. I think we did that just yesterday, but I'm going to hang on to it for now because we can always just throw it into our bin at the end of the night if we are not going to be needing it. We have plenty of space in our backpack right now, especially since we did that backpack upgrade.
Upgrade agreed to loan us Rita for exactly 1 year.
Okay, head up to the community center, and we'll still have time to swing back down to the museum after this, I think, because we really only need to hit one of the locations in the community center, so it shouldn't take all that much time. All right, up to the fish tank. And crab pot. Okay, so get rid of this oyster and the clam. Perfect. So we only need 2 things left. Both the crayfish and pretty much all that stuff shows up pretty frequently in a crab pot once you get it. And we should be able to craft one of those in fairly short order here. I'm guessing another couple days of fishing and we should have our skill high enough to craft the crab pot. And then it will just be a matter of having the proper resources in order to do it. Plenty of time to make our way down to the museum. Trash can, got some Joja Cola. Not really valuable in and of itself. Usually I just hang on to most of them because once in a while someone asks for them as a bulletin board quest. Usually, I think it's Sam maybe? I'm not really positive. Okay, so got a couple more things we can throw in our bin. Hang on to the Joja Cola. And at this point in the day, let's come up with a game plan here. I think I'm just gonna wander around, forage, and break open rocks. We can stand to clear open our farm a little bit as we're getting more than halfway through spring. We're gonna be able to hopefully expand our farming area a little bit going forward into the summer.
Hey, you want to be a farmer? Here's a couple of acres.
Because hopefully we will save enough money to have plenty of seeds. At this point we only have 837 because we upgraded that we're upgrading to our copper axe. But at this point we're probably not going to buy anything else until the end of the season. Yeah, let's walk over and check the cart lady. We don't have any money, so we're probably not going to be able to afford any of this stuff, but it's sort of nice to know what she has on any given day. Blueberry seeds, we'll be able to buy those for cheaper from Pierre in just a couple of days. We can catch a pufferfish. Cave carrot we can find. We can make fertilizer. Corn, calico falls, blah, blah, blah. Rare seed, wish we could afford one of those. And the coffee bean is also helpful to nab.
I don't want coffee. It keeps me up. Too late for me to drink coffee.
Early on if you can, but I'm not going to worry about it too much since we can't afford it. We might as well not stress about it. But if you do have the money when you see the cart lady, I would definitely consider buying rare seeds from her as well as that coffee bean. The coffee bean is a multiple harvest crop. You can plant it in the spring. It goes all the way through summer. And if you are doing a good job of leveling up your skills partially through summer, at least you should be able to make a keg, which will give you the gift of coffee, which you will see is a beautiful thing in Stardew Valley because it gives you energy and it increases your speed.
Okay, Pookie, do the honors.
So you're not as slow as you are walking around. All right, save that. And let's see. Let's clear some weeds. Like I said, today let's just clear some stuff. We can then, once we get our axe upgraded, just walk around and get those stumps with a lot less hits.
They're just stumps.
In the meantime, we can get plenty of rocks so we can have stone, which is always helpful in building things and making fences and all that stuff. I usually, as soon as I learn how to make the stone fence, that's my fence of choice. The iron fence is more durable, but you're using iron bars to make it, so that seems absolutely insane to me until late in the game when you have more resources than you know what to do with. And the wood fences just degrade too quickly. A hardwood fence is great, but the hardwood is harder to come by unless you choose the hardwood perk when you are leveling up your foraging skills. And usually I don't, for reasons I will explain when we get to that point. I'm going to clear out this area in front of the greenhouse because I'm probably going to put my chicken coop over here when I eventually get one. Like I said, it probably won't be until partially through summer, but It's nice to start and have an idea of where things are going to go, and then just keep that area clean going forward, sort of expanding out in concentric circles in order to get yourself more space to do things.
I'm going to have to ask you to go ahead and move your desk again.
No.
If you could go ahead and get it as far back against that wall as possible, that would be great.
No.
Early on in the game, it doesn't matter as much because you don't have the energy or the money in order to have a huge farming plot, but by the time you get into your second or third season, you are going to be able to have pretty much this entire farm filled. Acorns, get rid of this hay.
How about I just go eat some hay? I can make things out of clay and lay by the bay. I just may. What do you say?
One silo holds 240 pieces of hay. We just got it in the last couple days here, so we're not even close at this point. Once you have had it for a few days and you've been clearing a lot of hay out, my recommendation is to walk over and check the silo, make sure it's not full. If it is, you might want to consider building another one. It's only $100, and by the time you get to the ability to build another one, you probably have the resources to do it because it is not all that expensive. It's just those 10 clay,
Listen to what I say.
a few copper bars, and I think some stone. So it's really well worth the resources. In the first year, you're probably not going to need more than one. It holds 240, so unless you have more than the amount of animals you're probably going to be able to afford or have, you really only need one. But sometimes it's worth just building a second one so you're not wasting the hay.
Just stay out of my way, or you'll pay.
Because it will sit there indefinitely. Here's this area south by Cindersap Forest I was talking about before that we want to clear out so we can walk through here a little more easily. A lot of times in my farm layout, I do an orchard down this way of either fruit trees and or just regular trees stocked with tappers. So I have plenty of sap and all of those things. It becomes, ooh, we're running out of energy. All right. That's fine. It's getting close to 11 o'clock, so we might as well head up, organize our crap, and then head out to bed. Didn't go over to the saloon. Like I said, most of the people had everything that they would need for the week in order to gain friendship points. Maybe not the most we could possibly get, but we're actually doing pretty okay with friends. Going forward, I'm going to try and focus on making friends with Marnie a little bit more because we're going to need to be able to get into her bedroom for the purpose of getting Mayor Lewis's shorts. All right, so went to sleep for the night. Didn't make a ton of money just on what we put into the bin, really just that one mussel and a piece of seaweed. That being said, we did sell plenty of stuff to Willie, so we made a pretty good buck today, and we did a decent job of probably getting close to leveling up our fishing skill, maybe leveling up our foraging skill too, maybe mining since we hit all those rocks. All right, well, that was day 19 of my year one walkthrough of Stardew Valley. This is Allison signing off. Hopefully you have a great day.